Good morning, children. Welcome to our English classes. Today, children, I am going to tell you the summary of the chapter A Voice in the Dark. Now, children, the story is starting from the snowfall. The snow was still deep and the morning and evening cold. That means it was a chilly, cold winter season. And who we are talking about, the author, he and his companion, they had gone traveling by a train, and that train was very slow. So the author was not liking to go or travel in that train. He had to reach to Winnipeg, so he was waiting for another train to come. The way and every insect and that train, it was so that it was just stopping at every insignificant station, means all the small stations. So it was very slow train, and the author, he was wanting to just leave that train and go to another person. So children, the author and his companion, he just was wanting to go to another train because that train was too slow, and at every little station it was just halting or stopping. So they were just waiting. They started waiting for the passenger train, and with the object, we sat in the station's waiting room. That means they were just waiting for the train to arrive at the station. In the waiting room, people were there. So the thing was that these both, the author and his companion, they were without ticket. So they were sitting in an empty car, and from there they were watching the train, and they were wishing that they would go inside the train while it was in motion, so that nobody will trace them and they would go inside the train. So they went there, and they saw that the people, they were just waiting for the train to come and arrive, and as the train and as the people heard the whistle, they got alert. As they had seen the headlight from the distance, they thought that the train was coming, and it was a steam engine. As it came inside, steam engine means it's steam into the station because it was a steam engine. So they went in the baggage car. What is a baggage car? Baggage car is a part of a train where it has no doors, and the people who are there, the engine driver, they are only, and the fireman could only see what they are working, not seeing that who is coming and who is going out of the train. So they found that this was the best place because it had no doors and for the to enter and to come out. So they just started, and what happened? The author, he gave his companion the advantage to go first, or to jump into the train first, but the train was now going faster and faster, and they just it was in motion, but it had going faster. So his friend, as he stepped into the train, he just holded the bar and put his footstep on the train. So the companion, or the author, thought that as he will go inside the train, he would also enter the train. But it was very strange that his companion was not giving him chance to go inside the train, even though he gave him the chance because he had a maimed hand. Maimed hand means he had only 3 fingers in his hand. But it was really very strange on behalf of his friend that he was not letting him, that means the author, go inside the train. So as the train was started moving faster and faster, and the author also tried to jump into the train, but it was too late, for the train was now going at a rapid rate. Rapid rate means at a very fast speed. So his foot, as he stepped on the foot of the train dragged him several yards, and he just fell onto the ground. And as he fell onto the ground, what happened? He saw a man who was just crossing the road. So he just waved his hand so that that man will come and help him. And but that man, he thought about the author that he was a ghost. So instead of coming to him and help him, he just ran away. So again, the author, he just waved his hands, and at that time, the lineman and the other people who were there working on the station, they came and they looked the condition of the author. He had just broken his leg. So what happened? The all of people who gathered there, the linemen, they called the doctor, and included with so many people, they just took him to the waiting room. And at the waiting room, they called the doctor. And it was so strange that even though he was injured and his knee was broken, and before those people who had gathered there, so he started his he took out his cigarette and he just started smoking. So it was very sensational that a man who is injured so badly is just taking out a cigarette and started smoking. So that was very interesting thing for the people who were gathered there. And the writer, who is the writer? W.H. Davis. He then just injured his leg and his foot had to be cut off, and with this he had so much problem. He was about walking on crutches, and when he returned to England, so then he had to struggle also. And then after that he wrote many poems and stories, but hard time trying to find a publisher because he had injured his leg. So children, I think you have understood the story very well. So thank you again.